I received a very interesting question which says that how do you know if your concept is a belief or is it the reality? Now, belief is the acceptance of an idea without a proof. So, the only way to know whether your spiritual concept, whatever it may be, is reality or not, the only way to know that is to observe yourself and your behavior while you communicate with others. Now, when the need to assert your beliefs or your ideas onto others vanishes, when that tendency to assert your ideas onto others, that goes away, then it is clear that it's no more a belief and it has become your reality. Till there is this need to debate, to convince people of your ideas and beliefs that this is the only truth, that means deep down, you yourself are confused. That means you yourself are not sure about it. If you are completely certain, if you're completely sure about your concept and if it has penetrated your being, then you simply give your concept to others and give them the possibility to either accept or reject your concept. But there is no forced, there's no forced this thing that you have to accept my ideas or this is the only teaching that can bring you peace. That would be absolutely absurd. Therefore, even when I talk about non-duality, I tell people that, this is only a concept I'm giving you. Now, this concept has brought me personal peace, but never am I going to assert my ideas onto you. Never am I going to say that this is the only path which will lead to your liberation. Even sages like Ramana Maharishi would remain quiet when they were asked, how do you know if this is the truth? There were many instances in which Ramana Maharishi was absolutely quiet. And even the Buddha did not answer all the questions. Now, to others, that may be a sign of weakness. For the ego mind sees it as a failure. But the wise, they remain quiet. Because deep down, they themselves are sure. Because they are not using the mind, the message has penetrated their heart. So the spiritual concept has become their living reality. And the message is completely embodied. So it reflects in their daily living as peace of mind. So there is never a need to convince others, to change others' point of view. Trying to change others is a crime. Only the universe changes people. Human beings simply are instruments of communication. The power of change comes from the universe, not from the individuals. So if you are certain, if you are peaceful within, then there will never be a need to debate on a certain topics. I never debate. If you debate with me, I'll give up in the first instance only. And I'll say that, okay, you are correct. Because Ramesh Balsekar would say that when the ego speaks from one side, the ego listens from the other side. And the problem with ego is that it is not at all receptive. It does not listen totally. It listens with filters. It will accept certain ideas and then it will reject others based on conditioning. So ego is never free from the conditioning. In fact, ego comes from the conditioning. So if you think that a concept is your reality, then sometimes being silent is okay. You don't need to assert or you don't need to force people to accept your ideas, because this is the whole conflict that is going on in the world right now. People are coming up with their own versions of reality and they think that their reality is the only reality. And that's how people have invented groups, organizations, sects. And everyone says that theirs one is the only authentic one. And they assert that they are right and others are wrong.